All right, today we're going to talk about comparing and ordering rational numbers on a number line. And my little story here is about a rescue. This will be exciting. We're going to rescue some people. So imagine, if you will, we have a integer. Let's review what an integer is real quick. Here you can see the three sets of numbers we talked about in sixth grade. The rational numbers, and within the rational numbers is the subset of integers, and then within the subset of integers are the whole numbers. So we can define integer as any number without fractional parts, without remainders, without leftovers, without decimals, just the whole numbers and their opposites, right? So all your whole numbers and their opposites, the negatives. Integers are the numbers that could be written without using any kind of decimal point or fraction bar, and they're the positive and also the negative whole numbers. There's some different ways of thinking about it. Also, zeros in integer. So that's a review of what the integers are. So imagine, if you will, we have this really, really tall hotel. Right? This goes on forever. In fact, this hotel never, ever stops. It just keeps stretching up to the sky. And this hotel also has a basement, which is really, really, really low. It keeps going on forever, right? There's always a floor above the one you're on, and there's always a floor beneath the one. Okay? So we have a little guy here who says, I think I'll take the elevator on that one. He doesn't want to walk up all those stairs. So you go into the elevator, and this is what your elevator panel looks like. You can tell right away that there's a lot of floors on this elevator. Right now, we're on floor 12. And it has a whole bunch of buttons, right? All these buttons to get to the floor you want to go to. Then right in the middle of the button panel is the number 0, right? So 0 is the ground floor. That's ground 0, right? And every other floor has its own button. And you can see right here, there's a button for floor number 1, for floor 2, and floor 3, and floor 5. And also going down to the basement, there's a button for floor -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, and it keeps going on. So your buttons are going to go on forever to the left, representing actually to the right, representing all the floors that are above the ground, and it's going to go on forever to the left, representing all the floors in the basement. Okay, so this is a number line, isn't it? This is a number line, and all of these floors are your integers. Okay, so what we just drew here, we drew a number line going from left to right with all the integers right above their spot on the number line. So 0's right there, 1's right there, 2's right there, all the way up to infinity. Okay, so I can keep going both directions. Now, how many of you have a little bit of a fear every time you get onto an elevator? That's pretty common, actually. A lot of people cramp space. You never know when your elevator is going to break down. And in fact, that happens in these really infinitely big hotels quite often, actually. The elevators are always breaking down. And so here we have our number line again. And what if your elevator gets stuck? Okay, now, is it possible that your elevator gets stuck exactly at a floor? Yeah, it could. You could get right to floor -4, and your elevator just won't open up. Okay, so yeah, it is possible. Is it possible for your elevator to get stuck between floors? Yeah, that's even worse, right? Imagine getting stuck halfway between floor 23 and 24, right? That'd be pretty bad. Ugh. Yeah. But here's the thing, all right? All of those places where your elevator could get stuck, it could get stuck at any point along this line, right? It could get stuck at any point along its journey up and down. It doesn't only get stuck at integers, right? And so what we've got to do, it could get stuck at floor 10.2, maybe. All right, and this is a pretty cool elevator. Not only does it show you what floor you're on, but it also shows you when you're between floors. It tells you exactly how between floors you are. And these numbers, the ones between integers that we can write down using decimal places or fraction bars, are the rational numbers. So you can tell there's a lot more, at least there are a lot more rational numbers, right? They're all between all the integers. And so what we do is we get stuck, we call for help. Right? Push the button. Hello, 911 emergency. What is the problem? Yeah, I'm stuck on an elevator. My Florian, 10.2, right? And so your call goes into this guy, or this girl, I guess, is dispatcher, and she's getting called all the time from these hotels with their infinite number of floors. So she's got to do four things, right? To send a repairman out, she doesn't want to send the repairman out and he's going to fix all these different elevators, right? He's going to work from the bottom and work his way up. So we're going to try to order the elevators, uh, order the numbers from the least to the greatest so he can work. So what she's got to do, first of all, identify the number. This is how we do when we're ordering rational numbers. So we've got to identify the number. What's the number we're trying to order, right? We're going to organize our numbers into a table. I'll show you what it looks like in just a minute. And we're going to convert all the numbers into a decimal. So sometimes some irrational numbers are decimal. Hey, you're done. But sometimes rational numbers can be percents. Sometimes they can be fractions. Now that's the case. In order to compare them, it's easiest to get them all into a decimal form. And then lastly, we can plot that on the number line and go send in the rescue team. All right, so here it is, some problems. I'm going to go ahead and write these down on my thing too so I can, you can see me work through them. But I have different fractions and I have different decimals, and we're going to go ahead and write them onto a number line. Okay, so I'm going to just copy these down real quick, and there we go. Okay, so here we go, -2 and 1/10 and 12/3. So if I wanted to put these onto a number line, right, this is what it would look like. So let me go ahead and okay, we can hide that, I think, right? There we go. So I'm going to pull up my numbers here, and I know you can't see all of them exactly, but I'm going to go ahead and use them. So I'm going to use the same numbers. Now here's my number line. All right, so again, this is kind of like the elevator, right? Here's my number line. This is like the panel on my elevator. And it goes from all the way to negative, all the way down the Earth, all the way down past, through the Earth, right, through China, and back into space again. It just keeps going forever. And in the middle is my ground floor, ground zero, and it keeps going more and more positive this way. Now, let's see. You know what? Actually, I'm going to stop right here. And no, we'll do this. Well, we can do this. We'll